Time we're joined by Sporting Kansas City manager Peter Vermes. First question will go to Daniel Sperry with the Kansas City Star.
Peter, guys concede first, respond pretty quickly. Just how proud of the response from your guys are you in that first half?
Didn't like the goal we gave up. But yeah, very good response. We lost too many balls in that first 10 minutes when they scored. But then after that, after we scored, then all of a sudden the game changed. Good mentality from that point of view. I don't know why, to be honest with you, because I think that, we've had good preparation all through the week and we've been building up pretty well. But I think as the game went on, we got better and better and better with the ball, and we created a lot of really good opportunities going forward. It was just that first 10 minutes. We just weren't, I don't know, we just gave it the ball way too much.
The second goal that you guys had, 17 passes in that, 10, 11 players touched the ball. Just the total move on that one, just what you want?
It was a beautiful goal. It's the kind of things that you work on tirelessly, and then when you see it happen like that, you're pretty pleased. So I think, the entire staff was. When I turned around, you could even see them. They were just like, now we're talking. So yeah, it was a great goal. It was as if at those moments they were, through that sequence, they were chasing shadows just because we were moving off the ball well. Our timing was very good. The weight of the passes were great. Johnny plays a good ball in, and Alan always has a really good sense of finding that space for that kind of ball, and so great finish by him.
Peter, do you have an update on Johnny Russell by chance and what his injury?
I don't know yet, but he came out, so I got to assume it's at least a first degree or whatever. So we'll see.
And then Remy Voltaire came back, played 45 minutes. What did you see from him?
Yeah, I was trying, to be honest with you, I was trying to stretch the game as long as I could with Memo, but Memo was a little bit tight, so I made a decision that I wasn't going to take the chance because he was playing well. I didn't take him out for anything other than that. You can come over. Thank you. Appreciate it. He just said I didn't want to take a chance and have him now hurt something. So that was just more of me making that decision at the fly when I found out that he was a little bit tight in one of his muscles, and I just didn't want to take the chance. But he was playing well. But Remy, I've always said this, Remy, if there's one thing you're always going to get from Remy is you're going to get, everything he has when he steps inside the field. He's such a great team guy. He can play so many different positions there in the midfield and other places too. He's got a great soccer mind for the game, great IQ. So he goes in and he helped us immensely when he came in.
Peter, another home game coming up next week. Do you feel this is a good opportunity for Sporting to really build some momentum, now that you've had 4 decisions in a row?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's always nice to play at home, right? It's great to play in front of your home fans and try to take advantage of those points. I would say that we've had some really good results, I think, on the road as well. I mean, we've played those first 3 games. All 3 teams that were in the conference finals last year, and now these guys were in the playoffs as well. So we've played a pretty good schedule up until now in regards to teams that have done well in the past year. So we're going to come up against a team that has made a lot of changes with some really high flying players for sure in LA. But we'll work and make sure that we're much better to start the game than we were today, next week.
Danny Rosero gets the goal on that corner kick, but his line-breaking pass there kind of springs that sequence on the second goal too. Just kind of talk about Danny's progression and growth since he's been here.
Well, one of the things I talked to, Danny is a very powerful guy inside the box, especially. So him getting on the end of set pieces, it's something that we want to have happen, and for him to get the goal tonight, he showed his power on that one for sure. In regards to the rest, the other thing is you got to remember Robbie Volader came in for Fonte, and I just told him, I said, hey, listen, you got to help him along in whatever moments happen in the game, and I thought he was good in that regard with him. And then I also think that Robbie, other than the play in the start of the second half, where he he thought, he could just let it go back to Tim. Other than that, he actually played a really good game. Positionally, he was good. His concentration was good. So the back line did a good job.
Hey, Coach. Jake Davis with some tremendous plays today, some great stops, and then very involved offensively. How happy are you with his performance today and his growth? We've obviously seen him converted from midfield to that defense.
Yeah, I would probably comment on both the outside backs. Him and Tim were actually very good. Tim had a really big job today with Espinoza. I think Espinoza one of the better wingers in the league. He's just a very, very good player. Always dangerous, great service of the ball. Puts you under a lot of pressure when you play. And then on Jake's side, Jake had a different player that he had to deal with. Somebody who was, a little bit more slippery, 6'3" as a winger. It's not normal. I thought he did a good job as well, and his timing on some situations where he read passes and stole them and put us onto the attack was good. I think both those guys did a very good job.
And then some unexpected minutes from a free throw today with Johnny going out. Good to see some extra minutes from him. How did you feel about how he did today?
Yeah, look, I be honest with you, I think both him and Alenis were going to come into this game no matter what, just because I knew how this game was going to go. I think for Steven, each time he gets a chance to get inside the white lines, it's good experience for him, because he's one of these players that needs to kind of get a little bit of a routine in the game. He gets out there, and the other is that he needs to get up to speed with the game fitness of what it takes at this level. Sometimes it takes a little while. It's one thing to be in a team, because he was only with us for about 6 months last year, but now he's getting playing time, and now he's starting to see what it's like in the pace of the game, so he's getting there. Alenis is a little different one. He's got, he's Honduran, like Roger. He's got a little bit of that street smarts in the game. He's a really tough kid, and you'll see a lot more from him, because he's got something special, that kid.
Peter, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
That concludes tonight.